the Elohim and the Father of Yahweh, of Yeshua, who is Yahweh, through his great compassion has caused us to be born again to a living expectation. And then we need to ask ourselves the question, what am I expecting? What am I expecting? And that was the prayer of Paul to the Ephesians, that they may know the hope of their calling. It's not just enough to say, I am a follower of Yeshua, I'm a follower of the way. What are you expecting when it comes back? What are you expecting when it comes back? Just like a son, that when his father is traveling, tells him, don't worry my son, when I come back, I will buy you a train. A toy, a train. When the father is coming, he says, I'm driving tomorrow. The child is looking forward to having that train. Or skating shoe, yes. If the father promises his son, I will buy you a skating shoe. When the father is coming back, the son will be looking forward to having a skating shoe. And also we too must know what he has promised. What has he promised that when he comes back we are going to get? That is the hope of our calling. So we are born again to an expectation. We are born again to an expectation. And that expectation is through the resurrection of Yeshua Messiah from the dead. It is through that resurrection. And so verse 4 tells us that to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled and unfading, having been kept in the heavens for us. You see what we are expecting? We are expecting to receive something that is incorruptible, that can never be corrupted, that is undefiled, that is not defiled, that is still kept pure, and is unfading, that is esteemed will never go down. But that thing is kept for us in heaven. It has been kept for us there, and that is the kingdom that we are going to receive. So what Yahweh did is that he has kept that kingdom, he's keeping that kingdom in the heavens. So when Yeshua returns, he's going to come with that kingdom and we are going to inherit that kingdom. We are going to inherit the kingdom. That is what we are born again into. We are born again into the expectation of a kingdom that is coming. That's what we are born again into. Then verse 5 says, who are protected by the power of Elohim through belief, for a deliverance ready to be revealed in the last time. So even as we await to inherit that kingdom, we are protected by the power of Elohim. Our protection is by the power of Elohim through belief, because we believe, so we are protected. So for a deliverance ready to be revealed in the last time, so be delivered from all the earthly powers that is trying to hold us down, including death. Because when it comes again, if we have died or we have gone to sleep in him, we will be resurrected. We have our resurrection. So no power will be able to hold us down. Even the power of death, as it could not hold down Yeshua, will not be able to hold us down. So be delivered from the power of death. So that is what he's saying. And in verse 6, he said, in which you exalt, even though for a little while, if it be, you have been grieved by manifold trials. So we rejoice in this expectation. We rejoice that we know that we are going to inherit a kingdom. Though presently or previously or even still to come, we will be grieved by manifold trials. So that means we are going to face trials, even in our joy, in our rejoicing about what is to come. We face manifold trials in the present. And that is why people that shy away from facing trials, that sees facing trials as being forgotten by Yahweh, they don't understand the hope of their calling. The hope of our calling is expectation of the kingdom. But now we can or we may experience manifold trials. And that manifold trials in verse 7 says, in order that the proving of your belief, much more precious than gold that perishes and proven by fire, might be found to result in praise and respect and esteem at the revelation of Yeshua Messiah. So when we are faced with manifold trials, then our faith, our belief will be proved. When our faith or belief is proved, then it will result in praise and respect and esteem at the revelation of Yeshua. So no matter what we go through now, it is our belief that is being tested. Our belief is being proven. So that when Yeshua comes back, then we will receive praise. We will receive respect. We will receive esteem, that is glorification. In our way, we'll be a lot. And so we must not shy away from trials. We should not see trials as trials is coming from the devil and Yahweh has forgotten about us. But our trials is to make us to be proven, so that we can say tested and trusted. You have to be tested. Every one of us, our belief must be tested, and we must be found proven even at the end of that trial. We must not fall away. And that's why the race is about suffering, it's about sacrifice, it's about service. It's not about us. We must serve, we must sacrifice, we must suffer. So that at the end of it we'll be seen to be lifted up. We will receive praise, we will receive esteem, we will receive things that show that yes, we have gone through a lot. And that is what is shown in verse 7. And then in verse 8 now talks about these people that they have not seen Yeshua, yet they love him. Said, having not seen, you love, in whom you exalt with unspeakable and esteemed joy, yet not seeing but believing. And that's why Yeshua said, blessed is he that believes without seeing. It's not until we see Yeshua, until when we begin to talk about the first coming and begin to talk about what he has done, what is this, he did miracles, he did that, to convince someone of it. The person is just trying to physically visualize Yeshua. But these people have not seen him. In whom you have not seen, yet you love. So we should show our love towards Yeshua, not waiting that not only physical manifestation, but we are also looking for material benefits before we say we believe. As some people want it to be that, well, let us have material benefits, then we believe. Or in the way some people do their own evangelism, meeting the needs of people so that they can bring them, they can use that to lure them into accepting Yeshua. We are just making them to believe by having something to show for it. But it's better that without seeing, they love. Without seeing, they put their total hope on him. And I say, blessed is he that believe without seeing. And that's why I say that they did not see Yeshua, but they love him, in whom they exalt with unspeakable and esteemed joy, yet not seeing but believing. And in verse 9, obtaining the goal of your belief, a deliverance of lives. That's what verse 9 says. For you are receiving the goal of your faith, the salvation of your souls. Deliverance from death, deliverance from sin. That's what salvation is. Deliverance from sin. And the final salvation, deliverance from death. Because sin, death is the wages of sin. So when we are delivered from sin, then we will not receive the wages of sin, which is death. So be able to overcome death. And so we need to really have this at the back of our mind. The hope